And I wanted to show you like a little bit of many of them so you can see that the cool thing about working in this branch of the entertainment industry of writing film music is that you get to write a lot of different types of music. I'm a classical-oriented guy. I love writing for orchestra, for piano. I love going to the orchestra, and it's very fun to be doing this masterclass at NJPAC because when we moved to New Jersey, I remember coming to concerts all the time here in Newark. So now going full circle. Now I live in Los Angeles, where it's a good place to make connections in the film industry. But my parents still live in New Jersey, and I'm here. I feel like I'm coming full circle, that I get to like share what I've been doing all these years since I was first here at your age, coming to concerts. So now we're gonna have fun now. We're gonna try to write something together. But first I'm gonna explain you how we do it, the way we do it together. Any questions so far?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So how do you make money in the film industry?
Well, basically, they come and hire you, and then they pay you. They give you, depending on the project. Sometimes, if you are writing a film, you meet with a director or a producer, and they say, okay, we have this amount of dollars, and we need the whole movie to have music within a month. So you accept the job or not, then they pay you. Usually they pay you a fee up front, and then the rest upon delivery. That's on the film industry. Then on TV, it's similar, but it's always like a last minute thing because a lot of productions leave music till the end. So you're always rushing because they have tight delivery. And sometimes they think about music the last, so you need to get used to writing fast. So a big advantage is being able to think quickly and tell your clients that, yeah, everything is possible. Don't worry, we're going to figure it out. Even though you are freaking out on the inside. Video games, usually, the music person gets hired early on, and it takes longer. It takes like a year or 2 years. So now you're not rushing. You're just rewriting a lot, depending on the direction of what they want. Then there's another avenue of work for me, which is arranging. Sometimes I get asked to do an orchestral arrangement for a concert. And they give me like 2-3 weeks, and then I deliver it, and then they play it. Sometimes there's like a singer who is doing an album, and they said, Andres, we recorded this in the studio, but we want you to add strings or violins or whatever. And then they send me the song, I add what I think it should be added, and then they pay me. So it's like a lot of different ways. Most of the way to get work is to have connections, and the connections are created by befriending people. It's not like a regular job that they just, most of the time, that they just put like an ad and then 200 people apply. No, usually you know people that work at this. You develop a sense of networking. Every time you meet somebody, it's a potential opportunity to either build a friendship, a relationship, or network and offer your services. So maybe that person is not going to hire you. Maybe they don't have any reason to hire you because they're not working on something, but 3 years down the line, they're going to remember you. If you are constantly showing, like on social media, for example, that you're always working, and then you show like a picture or a video of a project that you did, and then, oh, that's right, I met this guy 3 years ago. I'm going to email him and ask him if he's interested in helping me out. So it's like a long game of creating connections. Now let me see if this works. Okay. So one of the first places that anybody can start is when you have like your own computer, there's something called, or a computer that you have access to in a place. This is called a DAW, a DAW. It means a software in which you can create music. I'm sure that many of you already have played around with these kind of things. The one I use is called Logic. It's like Apple's, but there's so many of them, and there's some free ones online. Basically, the way it works is that you create tracks, like all these are different tracks, and then you load instruments to them. So let's do a new one. So you see how it works. I'm going to close this one. So let's see, let's choose music for picture. So you see, this is like the default way it comes. Now I'm gonna plug in this. At home, I have like a bigger setup and I can sit down and use like a bigger keyboard. But this is the one I use for traveling. So that's the piano, you see? I'm gonna bring this one here. So maybe we can start by doing like a short 16-second song together with these instruments. I'm gonna play the default instruments and then maybe you can tell me new instruments that we can add. What do you think about this instrument? You like that one? It's called a synth pad, synthesizer. Should we leave it in our orchestra or delete it? We'll decide later. What about this one? Slow, like it takes a little time to develop, right?
We can change that.
Should we change it? Okay, let's change it. You see here, you see all these departments. Which one do you change? Maybe let's go down the road. Maybe you can help us. Choose one of these, like maybe a lead.
You can have like something rhythmic, like percussion.
Okay, percussion. Yeah, let's go here. Percussion. Okay, let's choose. Oh, these are percussions that make a demented percussion. So this is like mallets. You want drums actually, right?
Like bongos.
Okay, let's look for them. Maybe they already have a bongo. Do I have a bongo? Yes. Okay, let's. Okay, don't have the bongo. Remember that one because I'm gonna ask you to come up with the bongo. You're gonna come here and record it. So Crystal Rain, should we leave it or not? It's kind of.
It's also kind of eerie.
It's eerie. But it has like a lot of like rain sound. Okay, we leave it or delete it? Okay, okay. Okay, let's move to the next. Floating plasma. Sometimes you just think of ideas at the spur of the moment. Let's copy our original melody, move it here, towards the end. Yeah, so we're gonna take every note. We were in G minor, and we're finishing A minor, so that's easy. We just go up 2 half steps, right? This is G. Okay, that should work. Let's not listen to it. Let's trust it. I think it should work, right? Maybe it should end up here. Okay, get ready for the drums. See, the transition was not smooth, so what we should do, if we had more time, is we change the last note of the previous melody. And here it's kind of naked, it's just the drums. We should add maybe like a cello or something to help the drums. That one was a mistake of the software somehow. It forgot to change the tempo there. Okay, so we did this only in like 30 minutes, and Hans Zimmer had like a year to write this. Let's see what he did, right? Want to see the actual with music? And so he got paid like $2 million, so he had more tools at his disposal. Let's see how it sounds. We were not that far off in this section, right? High pitched, because there's a lot of like those sand sounds here. We were right with the bass.
May his passage cleanse the world and keep the world for his people.
That's it. So we were fairly close for just doing it in 20 minutes with rudimentary tools. Well, any last questions you may have?
How do you get royalties and make residual income doing this? Because I know you said like you pay you upfront.
Yeah.
But do you get any royalties?
Yes, so when you become a professional composer, you sign up with one of two performing rights organizations. One is called ASCAP, and another one is BMI. You can only be a member of one. So you choose. I chose BMI. So imagine that this track, we take it, we bounce it, we master it, and we sell it to a company that is called Sync Music Library. In my case, I work with Universal. So I have the developed relationship with people at Universal, and then they buy it from me. Sometimes they pay me money up front, and then they take, okay, we'll pay you some money up front if you let us take 50% of your royalties. Or sometimes they say, okay, no money up front, but you take 100% of the royalties. So I could go and sell this track maybe to a TV show, but they could buy it from me, or maybe not, like they're gonna tell me to take a hike. But a company like Universal or Warner, like they have a name. So if I sell it to them, I have better chance of getting that music in that TV show, right? So when the TV show, let's say we sell this for $100 to Universal, or $1,000, who knows? And the royalties were like this. BMI or ASCAP, they go to every program, every network, and then they ask them, okay, show us a list of all the music you bought. They want to show a list. One of them is NJ Pack, Saturday Morning, G minor track. That one, we played it for 40 seconds at 9 a.m. So like 3 or 4 months later, you get a check from BMI or a deposit in your bank account if you sign up, that it says you in a statement how much money that was. So if they show it at like a top network at 8 p.m. prime time, you get a lot of money. If you score like 2 minutes of it, that's even more money. If you only have like 10 seconds of it, it's a little big chunk, maybe $10 or maybe $50. It depends. If they show it in a cable TV at 2 a.m. and nobody's watching, you get cents. So the way it works with that avenue of royalties, which is called production music, the way 90% of TV is scored with music, you need to have a lot of tracks out there to generate enough passive income. The other way to get royalties is like, imagine that we do the whole score, and then the movie itself, whatever movie that we are hired as composer, makes it to HBO or to Netflix or whatever. They are also supposed to tell you how many times it was downloaded or streamed. and then they give you royalties. They give you a percentage. So BMI or ASCAP, that's their job. They're always trying to like fight the networks because the networks don't want to pay as much money. So after many decades of like struggles, they establish rules of how many cents per dollar you get as a composer. So that's the way it works. But it usually takes like 6 months for you to get a check.